Alrighty, happy Day of the Dead Plant. That's what's on my front porch. Just set your ball off to the side. Let's roll those shoulders up, back and down, please. Add some movement in your upper body, round those shoulders, then open lift, squeeze them together, lift that chest, round, tuck, lift and squeeze. One more time like that, rounding, tucking, lifting and squeezing. Then we'll go wide stance. Add a bend in the knees like you're doing a cat. Support yourself if you need to. Otherwise, round, lift, open, squeeze like a cow. And again, round and down, lift it up, squeeze. 2 more times. Round it, lift it, squeeze it. Last time. Round, lift, squeeze. And we've got a step touch. We're going to start angling over to your right with that right leg in front, left leg behind, or whatever. One in front, one behind. And add a little bicep curl and a tricep press. Bicep, tricep, bicep, tricep. Good. And then we're going to turn that into running arms, and we'll turn that into a knee lift with it. And then we're going to turn those arms into a squeeze and a hamstring curl with the leg. And then we're going to go into extension, arms and leg. Few more. Beautiful step touch. You're going to start angling the other way. Opposite leg in front, bicep and tricep. Bicep curl, tricep extension. And then we'll add a knee lift. Then we're going to change those arms to that squeeze, and we'll change that leg to a hamstring curl. And then finally, we go to extensions, arms and legs. And step touch. We're heading the other way, starting with that tap, bicep and tricep. And then we go running arms, knee up. And now we turn it into a hamstring and a squeeze. And then we do extensions. We're going back to the tap for 4. Knee up for 4. Hamstring curl for 4. And extension for 4. Cut that in half, 2 taps. 2 knees. 2 curls. 2 extensions. 1 of each, 1 tap. one knee, one curl, one extension, then stay here. We're going to put the last three together and double time. Knee, curl, extend. Knee, curl, extend. Knee, curl, extend. Hello, Nutmeg. Last time. Woo! Hopefully your heart rate went up a little. We got it. We get to go do that on the other side. So tapping with that bicep and that tricep. Knees up. Run arms. And now curl. And extension. We have 4 taps. 4 curls. 4 extensions. Did I forget something? I hope not. 2 of each, 2 taps. 2 knees. 2 curls. 2 extensions. 1 of each, 1 tap. 1 knee. 1 curl. 1 extension. Hold. This is where we put the last 3 together in double time. Knee, curl, extend. Knee, curl, extend. 2 more times. Knee, curl, extend. Last time. Knee, curl, woo, extend. Ah. Slow that little tap side to side, and eventually slide it down, roll to a cat and a cow. Let's put both hands over on the right side, roll to a cat and a cow. Feel that change the angle of your stretch. Other side. Beautiful. Back to center, left elbow or left arm drops in, look over your right shoulder. Switch it up. Beautiful. Bring that up, big deep breath in and exhale to relax. All right, you're going to grab that ball. You're going to put it between your thighs for now. You're going to bring your hands on each side of the chair. You're going to walk back. You're going to find that high plank position for a little push-up, tricep push-up. Elbows go backwards, graze your rib cage. Body moves up and down as a unit. Hands in the seat of the chair if that's okay with you. Keep that going for me. Good, doing your best to keep your body nice, straight. Last 2. And then on that very last one, can you hover? Hover, hover, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1. Back it up. Put your right or left hand in the chair, let your right hand drop. Open up. And then other hand down. Swing the left arm, bring it up. And bring it down. We'll just stay with that ball between our thighs. Walk the feet in. So you're trying to get your feet right underneath your knees, and that's underneath your hip bones. So a nice straight line. And then we'll just come into our heel raises. You can add both arms if you don't need them for balance, but be really good about, about not slamming your heels down if possible. Right, so lift up, pause for a second, gently down. Lift up and pause and gently down. Good. Maybe put your hand down for balance this time. Come all the way up on the tippy toes, and then you're gonna pulse it up, 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 up. Good. Bring those heels down, bend the knees, come forward, lift those heels up, roll up. Heels down, knees down, everything up. And then just make that a nice fluid motion. You may not need to hold on, but now we're adding that quad work to that calf work. So as you straighten your legs, you lift up on your Barbie feet. We didn't have a single Barbie or Ken after all the hoopla that was going to be the big costume. It was very disappointing. One kid came up and I said, "Are you a bun?" And he said, "No, I'm a potato." Just a few more here. Good. This time we're going to come down. We're going to stay with our knees bent. We're going to lift our heels and we're going to try and go a little bit deeper. Walk the feet in a tiny bit. If you can, squeeze the ball a little harder without sticking your booty out too much. Try and go another inch deeper and squeeze the ball. Lift the heels a little higher. Go another inch deeper. Squeeze the booty. Squeeze the ball. Lift the heels a little higher. And then try that one more time. Can you bend another inch? Tuck the hips, abs in, tailbone long, squeeze the ball. I feel like I forgot something. Oh, lift the heels, hold. There should be quivering and shaking going on, I hope. And then last thing you're gonna add is an extra squeeze on the ball. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Oh, come on up. Gee, hope y'all felt those, I did. We'll stretch those calves out in a minute. We have one more round with those. Otherwise, that ball goes behind your left hamstring and in front of your right thigh. Bend the knees, slide the toes forward and come up. Reach and come up. And again, you may or may not need your chair for this. If you don't, try both arms, port de bras arms. And that toe is coming forward because you're bending into that right foot or right knee. Few more. Beautiful. Ball comes to, or leg comes to the side, reach but don't drop the ball, and then squeeze it in, and I want to see that ball get oblong. Reach and squeeze. Reach and squeeze, hands to your heart, or again, you can add some arm movement if you like. Sitting into it. So this time your hip does go back. Feeling it in that right glute and that right quad. A couple more here. Beautiful. And now we spin it around so the ball is behind the right leg and in front of the left. Abs in. Try and keep that back leg straight as you reach as far as you can go. Feel that in that right glute and lift. Option to lift an arm with it. Opposite arm is not quite as terrible. Both arms is more terrible. So you choose if you want. If you don't want to add an arm halfway up, you could go out to the side. You can keep them here. Just a few more. Good. Beautiful. Last time we're coming back so that ball is at center again. You'll need your chair now. Weight on that right leg. Lift it up. Left toes point. Right leg, just straight leg, lift and lower. Heel raise. I told you we weren't done. Try not to push on the chair. Just gentle, but with that left leg in space. Last two and last one. And then we will stretch that out. Right now, go ahead and step back with your right foot. Lunge into it. Make sure your booty isn't sticking back, so your left knee is bent. You lunge. You're pressing from your head to your heel. And then bend that right knee to take the stretch a little deeper. Roll up on your toes. Turn your right toes out. Notice if your right hip goes with it. Square your hips and lunge. You can have that left leg turned out a little if you want. Bend that right knee. Roll up. Toe in, heel out. Lunge. Bend. And bring it up. That one feels really good to me. Okay. I may go off camera here. Someone on my neck. Okay, so now we get to do all of that on the other side, if I can possibly remember all of it. But I think we're gonna start with the ball in front of the left leg and behind the right. And this is where we bend and lift, bend and lift. Beautiful. Then we're gonna go straight to the side. We reach and stand up. Reach and stand up. Again, hands can be at your heart. You can add those arms. Beautiful. Now we spin it around so it's behind the left leg and in front of the right. We want to really straighten that back leg as we reach and stand up. Reach and stand up, adding an arm extension will add challenge, opposite arm or both. But sit into it. There. Last one, bring that ball beside you again. Left or right leg is in space, and we raise up on that left leg. Heel raise. Gentle on that chair. And relax. Set that ball down, step forward, lunge back with that left leg, right knee is bent, press that heel down, bend that knee for a little extra stretch, roll up, toes out, heel in, but square your hips, lunge into it, bend the knee, roll it up, toe in, heel out, lunge, and bend. Ah, beautiful. All right. We will need our chair again. Ball is going to be behind your right leg. And we're going to use the seat of the chair so we can get pretty low with that upper body. Elbows are going to bend. Left knee bends. Try not to round your spine. So give me a little cow motion, but then pull your abs in. And then that right leg, try and get it parallel with the ground. Squeeze in, hamstring curl. Nice long flat back, shoulders out of your ears. Good. Now press the heel to the sky, push up, push up. Almost there. Good. Now we put those together. We're going to push up, squeeze in, push up and squeeze in, push up and squeeze in. Almost there. And relax. So first we're going to stretch that right hamstring. So toe goes out, left knee bends, and we lunge with that tailbone out, press back, pull those right toes up, sit into it, roll down, bend that knee, roll it up, and then we're going to take that left leg across. If you don't like doing it in the chair, you can do this across your leg. Otherwise, knee in front of hip, bend the right leg so you get that nice hip stretch that we normally get, tailbone out. So try not to round, but be extended, and then round it up for a back stretch, and then stick that tailbone out again. And then let's go ahead and do the other side for that one. So ball goes behind your left leg, elbows in your chair, forearms in your chair, right knee is bent, lift that leg up, trying to get the thigh parallel, squeeze in, squeeze in. Good, and then we push up with the heel, push up with the heel. Shoulders out of your ears. And then those two go together, push up, squeeze in, push up and squeeze in, push and squeeze. Fine, nice and long. And relax. All right, left hamstring stretch. So step out, bend that right knee, tailbone long. And then roll those toes up. Come all the way up. Option to bring that right leg across the left thigh or bring it across the chair. And get that tailbone extended as much as you can. And then round it under and extend. All right. One more standing. Ball behind that right leg again. Chair tall this time. Then that left leg. We're gonna go up and down, up and down. Just really simple lateral raise. This time leave it at the top. Give me hamstring curl, hamstring curl. And now we put those together. Lower, lift, squeeze, lower, lift, squeeze. And then we lift out, up, we rotate out, we come down with the knee. So we open and then come down and in. So a lot of rotation through that hip. Sort of figure eight-ish. And then last thing, knee in, toe out, knees are touching each other, hamstring curl in this, oops, knock knee position. And relax, let's do that, other side. So ball behind that left thigh, stand up nice and tall, but bend that right knee, tailbone is long, flare to the side. So lift it up, hamstring curl, curl, keep going. And we do those together, lift up, squeeze in, down, up, squeeze. Beautiful, now we switch it down and in, rotate up, down and in, rotate open. Then knee in, knees are together, hamstring curl. And relax. Quick little seated stretch, since we can do this in a really nice way with the chair. Put that ball behind you to help you sit tall, right? So I'm going to scoot up against the ball so that it helps me stay nice and erect. Cross that left leg over the right. And first one's just going to be that normal stretch that you're used to, a thread the needle. So just let it be. You can place your hand on the inside of that left leg to get more stretch. You could lift it up to feel more across the hip. If you want even more, if you promise to do this with an elongated spine, you can hinge forward, but you don't want to drop and roll into it. Sit up tall, slide that leg further across so that you're about mid calf, and notice how things get wonky jawed, cocky jawed. Try and even it up, right? Did the foot go back? Try and get it even with the knee. Did the knee come up? Try and get it even with the heel. So I'm lifting my heel and pressing my knee. And then again, if you want, hinge, but it should be now a different area that fills that stretch. Our dog just crashed Carol's screen. All right, and then cross that leg all the way over, sit as tall as you can, right hand across, left arm is going to go behind, grab your chair, rotate into a big twist, and at the same time, use your elbow to push that right leg or left leg across the right and back through center. That feels so good. I feel like we shouldn't do any more work at the lower body, but we're going to, sorry. All right, right leg crosses, and we open it up into that thread the needle. Option to use your hand to press it open or to lift it and bring it across more. Hinge if you want in a long, tall spine. And then sit it up. And now this is where you bring it across further. So your triangle gets more isosceles, but then you have to square everything back up. And then choose to hinge if you want, if everything's back into alignment. And then we'll cross that all the way over. Right arm behind you, left arm across your knee or thigh, and press and twist. Come on out of it. You're going to need your ball as you come down, but you will not need your chair. And we are going to continue that lower body work because now we're so nice and open, we can do a wee bit more. So we're going to put that ball underneath our feet. When we're in this bridge position, it's bird feet. So heel down, toes up and over the ball, arches rounding as if you're on a bird perch. Knees are going to want to gap open, so glue them together, lift those hips up. There's your first option. Second option, just hover your hands and see how that feels. You could put your hands back down and just do a little hamstring curl, big or small if you want. And last option, you could lift and lower or combine that with the rolling in and out. Couple more. And relax. So I abbreviated that a little bit because we have 2 more sets because we're going to do single leg. But if you want, you can go back to the double leg. Otherwise, roll the ball underneath your right foot. This time, push the ball ahead a little bit so your heel is down, your toe is up. Use your left leg to help you get up. And then again, I could just hover my hands and roll in and out, not too intense. Or put all the weight on that right foot. Left knee can come up and in. It can stay there. It could go tabletop. It could go all the way up. And then again, you have options, lift and lower, roll in and out, some combination, try and lift an arm. I do not suggest both arms go up in the air. And relax. Woo, we'll stretch it in a second. Ball underneath your left foot, roll it a little forward, heel down, toe up. Use your right leg to lift up. Option to hover, roll in and out, or lift that right knee up. It can stay here, it can go tabletop, it can extend all the way up, and we lift and lower. And relax. Woo! Bring each leg into each hand. Give them a hug. Little rock side to side. And then we'll roll over onto our side facing the front. You're going to bring that ball between your knees. Heels are together. Waistline is off the ground. So it's kind of the antithesis of a clam. It's a clam who's really mad and they're squishing down. They're closing their mouth. So you're just squeezing that ball. Squeezing that ball. Good. And now flip so the heels are up And you're doing that same squeeze, just a slightly different angle, feel that. Keep that waistline lifted. Good. From there, prop yourself up on your elbow. We're going to go into your favorite side plank version. So as always, if you want a little extra cushioning for your elbow, feel free. You're on the sides of your thighs, all 10 toes in the air. You're in a straddle or you're stacked, and the ball comes with you. And this is when that ball is your pet, right? So you just tap it and lift, tap and lift. And then option to continue that or take a break and come back to it, because you know what's coming next is your balanced position, which doesn't always work for everyone, but you guys, I bet it does. So bottom leg on first, ankle on the ball, lots of space for your top leg, and then lift it up, find that side plank and hold. You could dip and lift, but make sure it's more about lifting than dipping. And gently down. Woo, let's go do those two on the other side, please. So find your clam position, but with the ball between your knees this time. And your little mouse house, your arm is right underneath your ear, heels together, squeeze the ball. And then heels lift up in the air and we squeeze. Beautiful. Now we're coming up for that side plank on the opposite side, starting with that first one. Again, you can be on the sides of your thighs, you can be straddled, you can be stacked. And then once you get into your side plank, the ball is your pet. You let it know you're there and you lift up. Tap and lift, tap and lift. And gently down. Feel free to stick with that or come back to it if you don't like the balance. Otherwise, bottom foot first, top leg on top, bring it up. And once you're there, straighten the legs, lift up. Feel free to dip, lift, or pause, whatever you want to do. And gently down. All right, we are over onto our abs. Ball out in front of you. All 10 toes reaching, toes down, knees lifted, hands on top. Forehead in line, deep breath in. Exhale, lift your belly button. Squeeze those shoulder blades back, lift a little higher, hold, and then exhale down. Inhale at the bottom, exhale to press. Inhale, squeeze back, and exhale down. And keep that one. So squeezing the shoulder blades for upper body and pressing down to get a little lower back. 2 more. And we'll press all the way back in our shell stretch. So let your hips sit back on your heels. Hands by your sides if that's okay with you. As you come forward, that ball comes into the middle of your mat, and that's where your belly button lands. You're on your forearms, shoulders out of your ears, pre-plank. So we're going to pull the chest back and the collarbone and the ribs and the belly. So I'm just barely touching that ball. Forearms, knees, and toes are down. Head in line with your spine, shoulders out of your ears. Option to roll on the fronts of your thighs, 10 toes up in the air, or option to tuck your toes and come into a straight-legged plank. If you're straight-legged, you're going to see if you can roll the ball forward and back without creating any flat tire. And and relax. We're rolling all the way over onto our spine. Bring that ball with you. We would use that initially to get a little stretch for the low back. So bring it behind your hamstrings and your calves. And then just give it a nice pull in. Take a couple circles in one direction and the other way. Nice. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to bring that ball up about at your rib cage, right? So a little lower than your shoulder blades, but a little higher than your low back. Shoulders back and down, arms are extended. I want you to notice if you're rounded, do your best to open the chest, but then close the ribs. So open the chest, but then close the ribs. One more time, open the chest, close the ribs. Keep that. Rotate to knee, back arm lifts. Rotate to center and then to the back. And as you're doing this, keep your knees together for me, please. Couple more. And relax up over the ball. Take your hands, interlace, give yourself some head support, nod your chin, and then roll just enough forward that now that ball is underneath your shoulder blades. Widen your elbows. You may have to slide your fingers. See if you can actually touch the ground with your elbows. And of course, that's going to bring your ribs up quite a bit, but we're going to nod yes. And then we're going to press the ribs into the ball to lift the head up, but we're not looking down at our legs. We're still looking at the sky, so we keep that head in neutral. Inhale up and over. See if you can touch the elbows to the ground, press into the ball. Inhale up and over. Exhale, press into the ball. Up and over on the inhale, exhale to press. If you want, a little more head support can also give you a little extra resistance by crisscrossing your hands at your shoulders. Or you can cradle your head in between your arms and do in between your biceps and create that longer lever. You could go up and over, lift one leg up when you come up. Go up and over, lift a leg up when you come up. Last option. When you come up, you lift the back leg and you rotate toward me. Come back down, opposite leg, rotate the other way. If that feels like a lot, go back to the original arms. So one elbow would definitely touch. Hey babe, come on in. Everybody's missing you. Come on. Good girl. Couple more here. And finally, you're going to relax. Bring that ball out from under you. Oh, sorry, baby. Put it between your knees for a moment. We're going to do just 3 quick rounds of toe touches. Round 1, the ball, actually, let's put it between your ankles, sorry. Heels together, toes apart, abs in, ribs flat, arms out. Inhale as the legs move away. Exhale to bring them back up. Abs stay flat, ribs stay flat. Just 2 more like that. What are you reading? Hey, what are you reading, babe? All right, then you're going to take that ball and you're either going to put it on your rib cage, if it'll stay there, or the hollow of your abs. And then you're going to try those toe touches without knocking your ball off. And then last version of toe touches, hips lift up, ball goes underneath your tailbone, low back closer to the ground, legs come up. And of course, you don't want to actually touch your toes to the ground on this. That would put you into extension.
And then if you want, last option is to extend those legs up in the air. You can do a single leg lower or both legs lower. Just fine. I kind of abbreviated the abs because I work that lower body quite a bit more. So really give yourself enough challenge, but without letting the belly pop up. Easy. Ooh, finally bend those knees, bridge it up. And we're going to bring that ball behind our right leg, bend that knee, put it kind of at the muscle, so at the calf and the hamstring, so not right behind the knee, and then use your hands to push that ball up against both muscles. Pump it just a little bit, squeeze a little harder, release the squeeze. And then we'll go ahead, bring that knee over to the right, and then we are going to pull that ball behind us. And finally, we'll straighten the left leg and bring that right knee in. We're going to see if we can flex the right heel towards the sky, pushing the ball down to push your knee towards your chest, pressing that calf perpendicular with the ground. And then finally, we'll roll the ball up to the ankle, lift ourselves up, bring the ball back with our leg, flex through the heel. Good. Extend. See if that right leg maybe feels a little better. And then finally, we'll cross that right ankle at the left thigh, pivot open, pause for a moment, bend the left knee, thread your needle behind that left hamstring, flex and point and rotate. Then bend that left knee, cross the right one all the way over, hug both knees using that hand on that left knee if possible, up and over to the left. Feel a big stretch here in your right hip, and then gently drop to the left if you'd like. Back up through center, uncross. Slide the ball so it's at the muscle of your hamstring and your calf, and then we pump it. We push in and release. Push in and release. One more time, push in and release, push in. Bring that knee towards your shoulder. Come on back through center, straighten out the right leg. Move that ball so it's more behind that knee, pushing down, getting that hamstring stretch, putting that quad on your ribs, moving through that left foot. Not sure we did that on the right, sorry. And then roll the ball up the ankle, lift yourself up with it, pull it back with you, flex the heel. You can leave the ball on the floor, cross that left ankle across the right thigh, pivot open, take a moment. Then thread your needle. You can move through that right ankle. Remember, the closer you bring that right knee in, the more stretch you'll get on that left hip if that's something you need. And then we'll crisscross all the way, arms open, knees drop right. Beautiful. Lengthen those arms overhead, stretch those toes. However you want to get there, come onto your hands and knees, please. For your cat and cow, or for those of you at home, your cat turkey. Then you're going to tuck, press up, pedal those heels if you'd like. And we'll come all the way, nod yes and shake no, bend your knees. One more cat, one more turkey. Beautiful. Bring it up. Thank you guys.